Okay, last time. Okay, participants, can we start?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we'll start. We had a question now whether it is the probability value changes according to last time we had a question, the probability value changes according to one tail or two tail. The probability value, the benchmark of the probability value remains same. Okay, 5%, 10%, and 1%. But critical value changes according to the area under the normal distribution. If it is one tail test, the critical value will be less at 5% level or 1% level. It will be less. Only one side we are considering and giving more space for type 1 error. You can see the critical value always less if you go for one tail test. Of course, those who are statistics from the statistics, they come to know this. If you go for, because all about the area shaded under the normal distribution curve, whether it is a one tail or two tail. If you give priority for both sides, two tail test, the probability value remains same. It's a 5% level. It is a benchmark. The value of p-value is 5%, 10%, and 1%. But whether it's a one tail test, two tail test, the critical value changes according to the area under the normal distribution. So don't bother about the p-value, sir. It is divided by 2. Not required. It is divided by 2 when there is a when it's a two tail test, divide by 2. 5% no, we divide by 2. 2.5%, 2.5 given equal weightage on both the sides. But 5% to 5%. Even 5% one tail test is a 5%. But the area under normal distribution curve changes according to one tail and two tail. This is what I want to say. Okay. So you can see the books also. I will just, you can see I have taken this. You can see if you go for 5%. Okay, let me share the screen. Okay, so I need to go to regression. Okay, so let me just quickly, I'll just show the area. You can have a look here. 5% level is a one tail test. You can see the critical value is 1.645. If you give two sides, of course, two sides we are giving equal weightage, so 5% divided by 2, 2.5, 2.5, two sides. 5% is a 5%. If it fall any of the region, it's a 5%. Okay, so please keep the p-value as a benchmark 0.05. That is what we are always using 0. Whether it's a one tail test or two tail test. The area under the normal distribution changes according to the one tail. It will consider the same 5% if it is two tail, 1.96 percentage. But one side it is minus 1.64 percentage. Okay, only the critical value changes, especially when you are teaching for UG and PG. This is important. For applied statistician, this is not at all required. You can keep this as a p-value as a benchmark. So 0.05, 0.01, and 10% is 10% how much? 10% how much?
0.01.
That's 1%. 0.01 is 1%. 0.05 is 5%. 0.10, yes, 0.1 is 1.1, 0.10 is the 10%. That is fixed. Okay, so only the area we are giving the chances for the type 1 error. The area in terms of area, the software will automatically consider. When you are doing your PG course or UG, this is very important. Okay, for understanding the theoretical concept, but applied not required. The benchmark is means. Sir, can I click one tail test? The probability value remain. No, this is remain 0.05 only. Okay, that is what I want like to say. Now, because of time up, so I just want to explain this. I don't want to go in detail. Okay, then we'll move to the regression now. Okay, correlation got over. We'll go for regression. Okay, now why we are going for regression? Anyone?
Sir, prediction.
Hmm?
To predict.
Okay, very good. First one is prediction. I will make a note here. Prediction. Here the prediction number one, to predict. What to predict? To predict the what? Prediction of what? Predict the
To predict the dependent variable.
beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. To predict the, that is very important. To predict the dependent variable.
Based on the independent variable.
Yeah, based on okay, based on the independent variable. Okay, independent variables. Okay, so predict the dependent variable based on independent variables. Very good. So we call it as this is outcome variable. Okay, outcome variable based on independent variable. This is sometimes no, it is explanatory variable or regressand. Okay, no, this is regressors. Regressors. Okay, please make up many variable, many name, or sometimes independent variable also. Independent variables. Don't worry, participants. It is my duty to finish the topic which I have committed to. Number one, correlation. Number two, regression. Number three, logistic regression. 15 minutes sufficient for logistic regression. Nothing, not difficult, very simple. Okay. Half an hour is for me to explain clearly what is logistic regression. I can do it. Okay. Regression is the base, which is very important. Okay, so it is all about you should learn. It's not about I need to, as I committed, I need to finish. You should learn. It's my duty to equip you about these three models. Morning, you have learned about the correlation. Correct? Yes or no? Yes or no? Participants,
Sir.
answer.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You have
Yes,
learned
sir.
about-
Yes, sir.
We are going to do the regression model. Okay. I told you many times it should be an interactive session. Please, in between, ask me the question, sir. This step, can you repeat it? And this is the problem. That is the problem. How to overcome? Please come out. Not a problem. I'm there too. Even I can also learn from you, right? Learn something from you, right? It's not simply, I don't want to have a master. I'm learning from you, right? Fine. So regression model. Why we are going for the regression? Regression we are going for, first one, as madam said, to predict the dependent variable. Okay, to predict the dependent based on the independent variable. Okay, number one. Second, any other? Don't say, sir, to find out the relationship between the variable. Don't say to find out the relationship between the variables, because that for correlation. Because if you want to go for find out the relation, correlation is sufficient, right? Why we are coming for the regression model? The regression model, second one, any idea? Cause and effect relationship. Cause and effect relation. What is the cause and effect relation? What is the cause and what is the relation? Right? So what is the cause and what is the effect? Understood? No? What is the cause? Increase in price is the cause. And what is the effect? What is the effect? Increase in the price is the cause. And what is the effect?
Decrease in sales.
Decrease in demand.
Increase in sales or decrease in quantity demanded are the effect. That's it. So in order to examine the cause and effect among the variables, cause and effect relation among the variable, among the dependent, listen, here we have a two variable. There is no such variables in the correlation. Okay, cause and effect relation among the dependent and independent variable. Understood? No. So here we have two variable. One is a dependent variable, the other one is the independent variable. We have to classify, because the regression we need to know, we need to identify properly what is dependent and what is independent variable. In a correlation, no, it won't be there is no independent, there is no dependent. Okay, fine. This is number 2. There are 2 U's. What are the important significance? One is to prediction, forecasting or prediction. Number 1. And largely the regression model is to use to find out the cause and effect relation. What is the cause and what is the effect? Understood? No, largely the regression is used to find out the cause and effect relationship. And moreover, sir, I want to forecast. You can do the forecasting exercise using the regression. It's a base model. So regression is the base model. Okay. So what can you tell me what is the equation? You can see, what is the regression line or regression equation? Okay, you can take one example. Say, I'll go for one slide. So you can see here, this is usually need to write. Right. 1 minute. I don't know whether this will, let me check. Okay, just look at here. This is the regression equation, right? This is the regression equation. And there is a one more here. You can see there is a one more component is there. Y equal to a plus bx plus u. Y equal to a plus bx plus u. Okay. You can see here. What is y here? What is y? This is
Dependent variable.
Yeah, this is simple regression model. I want to just this is regression. Why is this a simple regression model? Why it is a regression model?
So because there is only one independent and one.
Yes, there is a one dependent variable, the other independent variable. Okay, y equal to a plus bx plus u. Okay, so now this is dependent variable. If you understand this, this is dependent variable. And how many independent variable? And this is independent variable. Okay, please try to understand. This is dependent and that is independent. Now, what is A? A, what is A?
Sir, A is constant.
A is constant. I want to tell you, A is constant or intercept. Please try to understand. A is a constant or it is intercept. Okay, intercept. And come to B. B is slope coefficient. Okay, B is the slope coefficient. Slope coefficient in connection with X variable. Please try to understand. This is very important. A is constant. B is slope coefficient in connection with X. Okay, slope coefficient. What is slope coefficient? Is nothing but the percentage change. Please make a note. What is slope coefficient? Slope coefficient is nothing but the percentage change. That is what we can say. It is a percentage change. Okay, slope coefficient B, A constant. What is A? When B is equal to 0, that is when this particular part is 0. Okay, when X equal to 0, sorry, when X equal to 0, there is always some amount. Okay, so what is the value of A? It remains same, constant or intercept. Okay, see, for example, I want to, one more thing I want to tell you. A is intercept and B is slope coefficient. What is U? What is U? U is error component. Please make a note. U is error component. Okay, this one I want to tell you. Please make a note. And this one is error component. Okay, error component. So you can see here, what is the error component? Sir, I included only one variable, X variable, to explain Y. So I want to find out the impact of X on Y. See here, I have used only one variable in the right hand side. Okay, so what about other variable? For example, you take quantity demanded. Quantity demanded is a function of price. Okay, quantity demanded is influenced by price. Do you think that it is only influenced by price? Faculty member, tell me.
No, sir. No, sir.
Other
It is influenced by the other factor.
Many other factors.
Okay. It is influenced by the other factor. Okay, so I want to tell you this is influenced by the other factor. So those factors has to be taken into account. So those factors will be taken into account in terms of error component. Is what I would like to say. So please, very important. So y is equal to a plus bx plus u. So u is representing the error component. Please make a note. This is error component. Okay. So for us, this is very important. B, because I want to find out the impact of X on Y. Okay, the impact of X on Y. I want to find out the impact of X on Y. That's it. That's the target, cause and effect. Okay, so how to, let's say, take this one. Any examples you can take, dependent variable, very carefully you have to, let's say this is, you can very carefully you have to go. Okay, so let's say this is quantity demanded. Okay, X I can mention what? Can you anyone tell me the variable? X variable? Which variable? Quantity demand is a function of? So quantity demanded influenced by X. What?
Price.
Price. I can go for price. That's it. See, participants, you can take any variable, not a problem. So Y is a quantity demanded and X is the price. So the Y depends on price. This is the concept. Y is a dependent variable and X is the independent variable. So U is a part of this regression. U is a part of this regression. Okay, why? Because quantity demanded is not only influenced to price because of income, the other factors which I have not taken into consideration. So I am going to introduce this U. Okay, U. So, sir, you can ask me, sir, U is what? See, U is nothing but it's an assumption we are making. But it is a series. I can show you. It is a series I can show you after estimation. But we are making an assumption now. All other factor remains same. When price increases, the quantity demanded decreases. Try to understand. Okay, this is what the law of demand says. Anything you can, any variable you can take. Okay, you can take law of demand. Okay, so we have a law of demand. Okay, simple example. We have take law of demand. What is law of demand? Law of demand says when the quantity demanded. Okay, so the quantity demanded is a price is equal to function of price. Okay, keeping other factor remains same. When price increases, the quantity demanded reduces. We don't know by how much. No theory says
Percentage of.
there is no how much it will.
Change.
If 1 rupee increases in price, how much the quantity demanded will decrease? We do not know. That is job of the statistician. So we are going to estimate. So how many series we want now here? I want to go for this regression model. How many series I want? I want to go for this regression. How many series I want? How many series I need? How many variables I need?
two
variables.
Variables. So one is Y, the other one is X.
Price.
Two variables.
So this is simple regression model. As I told you earlier, this is simple regression model. Y equal to A plus BX. Okay. So we got two variable. One is y, the other one is x. What is y? Quantity demanded. The other one is price. Sir, I want to bring one more variable. That become multiple in the right hand side. Okay, that becomes multiple regression model. That becomes the multiple regression model. Let's say, for example, y is equal to a plus bx plus, let's say I will put b1, and this is b2, this is b1 x1, and this is b2 x2 plus u. Okay, so this x1 is nothing but price, and this x2 is nothing but consumer's income. You can take any example, not a problem. So this is multiple regression model. I want to say this is multiple regression model. Multiple regression model. And this is simple regression model. Which one? The second model is equation 2. No, this is simple regression model. Okay, so we are going to see, we are going to estimate the simple and multiple regression model. This is the base for n number of regression model. Whether it's a logit model or whether it is the ordinal regression model, okay, or exponential or polynomial, n number of regression model, and this is the base. So now you understood now what is simple regression model and what is multiple regression model. It is based on the count of independent variable, the right hand side variable. So in the simple regression model, we have only one, and right hand side variable, we have two. Two or more, one or more, you can, 2 or 3 or 4, it's up to you. So now we are going to estimate. Okay, we are going to estimate. Okay, you can take any example, you can estimate. Okay, so let me estimate one model, I'll show you. Okay, this is very, very important actually. Let me go to slide. Let me go to the folder. I have forwarded one case study file. Let me open this case study file. Okay. Let me open this case study file. It's a beautiful case study. Okay, so please have a look. This case study, beautiful case study. Okay, so they want to estimate the sales function or demand function. They want to estimate the demand function. Okay, please go through this case study. I will forward this case study, beautiful case study. Okay, so you can see, is it multiple regression model or simple regression model?
Multiple regression model.
Multiple regression model. It is because the right hand side, it has a more variable. Price, you can see the quantity demanded. The quantity demanded for a pizza, you can keep pizza. Okay, the quantity demand for pizza is a dependent variable. Okay, right hand side variable. P, price. Price, please make a note, price. And advertisement. Advertisement. Okay, then price of the substitute. Price of the substitute or complement. The price of other one, the competitor good. Next, income. Y stands for income. Okay, population. Population increases. What happened to quantity demanded? When population increases, what will happen to quantity demanded?
It will increase.
Increase.
So increase. So whenever you are going for regression model, you have to very thorough, or you have to be very clear about the theoretical arguments, please. Okay, well, sir, sometimes it may give negative. Don't always go for, sir, it will increase. Yes, expected sign is positive, but sometimes it may decrease. Okay, so please. Next one is, okay, time. That's not required, but anyhow, leave it. So now this is a multiple regression model. So I will go to the what is the first step? What you have to do? Okay, we'll start with simple regression model, then we'll go for multiple regression model. Okay, what you're supposed to do, just see here. A regression case study. Okay, so first step, you make a note, the units of measurement is very, very important. The units of measurement is very, very important. You are a researcher. When you are doing a regression model, not only this model, especially any model, that's what I told you. Please look at the data. Look at the data, how it measured. Okay, that is very, very important. Okay, if you look at this here, sales, how we measure the sales, that is very important. Price, how we measure the price, advertisement, competitor price, income, population, for time trend. It's optional. If you want to go for time trend, otherwise give. So you have to first decide on units of measurement. Don't commit a mistake on it. Okay. So if you go here, I have just want to show this. Please tell me how we measured quantity demand. Okay. Please mention how we go for first one, retail price. Okay. How we measured, that is units sold. Okay. So how we measured price? Can you please tell me how we measured price in terms of
Rupees.
So
okay,
rupees.
no, you can go for in terms of rupees. Please make a note, rupees. Please make a note. Make a note. Otherwise, very difficult to interpret the results. Okay. So P stands for price. That is measured in terms of rupees. Please make a note. Rupees. We will go for rupees. It's a foreign case study, but beautiful case study. Okay. Rupees. Go for advertisement. Advertisement also measured in terms of rupees. Go ahead. Nothing in 1000 rupees. Okay, rupees. Then next, price. Price also referred in terms of rupees. What is this price? Price of other commodity, the competitor, no? You understood? No, you take Pepsi here, then right hand side, Coca-Cola, competitor. So the quantity demand for pizza is influenced by the competitor price. So P of X, price of X, that's price of X. Okay, fine. The next, income, definitely. What will happen? Your income increases, what will happen? Participants, if income increases, what will happen for the quantity demand?
Demand power
Demand
increases,
goes up. We
purchase
will buy
capacity
more. We
increases.
will buy more, right? That's a concept. Okay. Then come to B5 coefficient, population. Population, careful. Here, one more thing, please. The income represent in terms of thousands. Income represents in terms of thousands. Okay. Thousands of dollars. Please, thousands of rupees. Rupees in thousands. Please make a note. Because units of measurement is very, very important. The last one is a population. Okay. Population in thousand of persons. Please, in 1000. I'm measuring in 1000. Okay, it's given in 1000. So why I'd like to say, not only this, when you go for the regression analysis, the units of measurements are very, very important because you're going to write the interpretation for each and every coefficient. You are going to write the interpretation for each and every coefficient. Okay, fine. See, participants, sir, what is there in the correlation, what is there in the regression, we already knows. If you know it, this session won't be useful for you. If you, some people, sir, I know somehow 50% and remaining 50, I do not know. Okay, for them, there is a chance they will get, okay, some new concepts they can learn from here. Okay, this much there in regression, we are underestimated. They'll learn, 100% they will learn. Okay, already learned people, no. Take it seriously because you can also learn small things. And those who are good with the regression, ask me the question. I am there too. answer. There are many questions you can ask me in relation to the regression model. So this is a base for other models. You can take ANOVA or you take any SEM. The regression is the base, I'm telling you. The path analysis, confirmatory analysis, everything is the base. Okay, this is the base. Okay, so you can ask me. Okay, I need your attention. That's it. Okay, I can, no problem. I can rush it up. Half an hour. This is the output. We'll meet you in the next session. You can go. You should learn. I need your concentration. Okay, that's it. Okay, unfortunately, we are in online, but still I want to do the justice. That's it. Okay, passion for learning. I need that. Okay, chumma for sir, I am attending sir for just sake of attending. No, that won't work. I need your attention. Ask me the question. I like to answer the question because I can learn from it. I can learn from you. Okay, fine. Come to the point. So units of measurement is very, very important. Okay, because this will lead to thousands of questions in the regression model. Sir, is it go with the unit of measurement or can we convert into log? I am telling you, I am giving lead. So many questions. Fine. So we will solve one by one. So this is the multiple regression model. Okay, so each and every variable you can see and note down the units of measurement because that is going to helpful for your interpretation. Come to the point. Now you understand, right? Have you written? Participants, have you noted? Because please help me out when I'm doing the estimation. Have you written?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
At least one or two people help me out. Fine. So you can see this is the data. Okay, it's a beautiful case study actually. I struggle a lot to collect it. It's a foreign case study. Now what you're going to, I'm going to estimate this. Okay, so units of measurement you have written. So you know the equation also, which I have written and showed you. The multiple I showed you also, right? Fine, I'm going for the estimation now. I'll check whether I have this file or not. Yeah, I think I have it. Okay, so let me, I can easily make it. Just a minute. I will open this file. We will make it, not a problem. Otherwise, I have to go and search. See, one more thing I want to tell you. This regression model has certain assumptions and properties. Please make a note. Each and every model has certain assumptions and properties. You should know it. Especially the assumption part is very, very important. Okay, even the regression model has certain assumptions. Otherwise, if you not fulfill that assumption, you will end up with some problems. What are the problems? Okay, we will discuss about it. First, we will go for it. It's very easy to create this file. Can you tell me what is the first variable? Sales. Okay, let me go with sales. What is the next variable?
Price.
Price. Then advertisement.
Advertisement.
Next competitor price. I will go with PX.
Price.
PX. Then PX. Then income. Income. Then last one is population. Okay, I will go with population. I'll get population. That's it. Nothing else. Sir, units of measurement. Okay, I want to mention the unit of measurement. Not a problem. You will go in the label. You can type. If you want to type, have a no, just no. If you want to label it, units of measurement you want to keep there, you can keep it, not a problem. Label will help you. Okay, fine. Now I have created the variable. Go to the data view. Go to data view and I'm just going to copy. That's it, nothing else. Okay, copy, Control C, I'm going to paste. Okay, I'm going to copy and paste it. That's it, nothing else. I have created the variable, you can see. So I'm going to paste it. Okay, done it. I have done it. Not even take 1 minute. I have created. All are what type of variable? Participants, what type of variable all are? All are what type of variable? It comes under which ratio? Ratio. It's a quantitative variable. It's a ratio scale. Okay, it's a ratio scale. Good. Now I am going to start the analysis. First, we will do the simple regression model. How to do? Go to analyze. Go to analyze regression. Again, I'm repeating, simple regression model I'm going to do. Simple regression model consists of one dependent variable and one independent variable. Okay, go to analyze. Regression, linear regression model. Okay, I just clicked linear regression model. So what is dependent variable? What is dependent variable?
Sales.
Sales is a dependent variable. I mentioned here. So what is independent variable? Because I go for only
Income.
Price.
okay, I will go for the price. Okay, I don't want to go for income and all because we'll keep our model as a simple linear regression model. So only two variables. Sales is the dependent variable and price is the independent variable. I don't want to go for any. That's it, nothing else. Okay, so sales is the dependent variable and price is the independent variable. Now you go for statistics. There is model fit, okay, R square change if you want to go for, listen. Okay, you can go for here, R square change, Durbin-Watson. I'll tell you what exactly it is. One is, please try to understand. You click model fit. By default, you will get model fit. If you want to go for R square change, I'll tell you what it is. R square change. Then DW statistics. Okay, click this. Three options. By default, you can see by default model fit will be there. I'm just clicking R square change and Durbin-Watson. Continue. Click OK. Okay, we got the result. We got the result. Fine. Now, okay, look at the first table, the variables entered. How many variables we entered? Right hand side, how many variables we entered? Only one variable. That is how much? That is how many variables? Sorry, how many variables we entered in the right hand side?
One.
One variable.
One variable
Price.
that is price. Okay, that is the first table. Second table, just take only what I would like to say, just take only the R square value. Nothing to okay. So you can take only the R square value.
R square value.
Please try to understand. You can take only this particular R square value. This one.
Next.
R square value. Okay, fine. What is R square value? It shows the model fitness. It shows the model fitness. That's what I want to tell you. R square, nothing but coefficient of determination. So you please make a note. R square is equal to 316. Okay,
So that is
316.
R.
This one. I can show you. See, 316. Please make it. Oh, sorry. Oh, this is R correlation coefficient. Okay, here
R
we are
square is
not getting.
0.1.
Yeah, 0.10. I thought of it is 1 actually. That is the problem with the SPSS. It would add the 0 before that. So you can go for 0.10, just 10%. Please make a note. I'll come back to that. 10%. And second, you can please make a note, Durbin-Watson. 0.776. We got how much? 0.776. Okay. So now we have got two statistics from this table. One is R square value. The other one is Durbin-Watson 0.776. Okay. Now we'll go for the main table. Yeah, look at this. This is the main table. Okay. This is the main table. I'll copy and I'll paste it in the sheet, or maybe here, paste it. Okay. So look at your equation here. C constant. You can see the constant. Here, please don't consider this particular column.
Significance.
Because there are two columns, you can see unstandardized and standardized coefficient. Okay. So I don't want to go for the standardized coefficient. go with those model with constant. Okay, because standardized means does not include the constant. Why? Because the variance for the constant is always 0. The standardized model. So I don't want to prefer the model without constant. I don't want to go. So delete it. I don't want. I'll go with only this one, with the constant. This is our model. Okay. So what is our model, preferred model now? I'll write it now. So y is equal to a plus b, bp. Okay, y stands for q. This is our model now. I will maximize. This is our model. Plus u. Okay, plus u. Or I will put u. U, what is u? Participants, what is u?
Error.
The error component. The error component. Because why I introduced this? Because keeping other factor, very good, madam. Keeping other factor remains same, constant. That has to be, that is in the mere theory. No, that is in the theory where I have to incorporate the model. So keeping other factor remains same, I want to find out the impact of price on quantity demand. This is what I want. So this is the basic, the simple linear regression model. You know what is Q, you know what is P. Okay, we got the result. So estimation. After estimation, this is actually, this is mentioned in terms of Q hat. What is Q hat? Estimated value. Okay, estimated. Because we have applied a regression model for the estimation. So Q hat is equal to, what is A? 9, what is A now? 9,36,322.233 plus. Because without price there is a some amount of, because there is some amount of sales without price because of other factors. Okay, because of a number of reasons we do not know, there is a constant. Okay, so what I'm, don't bother about the constant, come to the slope coefficient, that is very important. P, what is the P value? Now P value is, this is the value, minus this one, this is minus 87,282.262. Okay, this is price. This is the estimated equation. This is the estimated equation. Okay, how to write the interpretation for it? How to write the interpretation? So what sign you are expected as a researcher? What sign you expected? When the price increases, what happened to? When the price increases, it's a negative. So we got a negative. Beautiful. So first I'm going to write here magnitude or sign. I'll go with the sign first. I'm very happy because I got the sign. Okay, I got the sign. Negative. Sir, sometimes positive. Don't bother. Look at the sign. In par with your theory. So I'm very happy because I got negative. So here it is negative sign. Okay, that is number one. Second interpretation, very, very important. Magnitude. Magnitude. Next one is very, very, very important. Magnitude. What is magnitude? 1 unit. How to write? I'll tell you. This is the way of writing the interpretation for regression model. So 1 unit or not unit. Don't go for the unit here. Because what is the units of measurement for the p variable?
Peas.
No, I'm asking you, what is the units of measurement for price variable? Rupees, right? As you said, yes.
Rupees, yeah.
Rupees, correct. So, 1 rupee, this is the way of writing the interpretation. Otherwise, in common, I'll tell you how to do it. in general, okay, in general note, make a note. 1 unit, this is the way of writing. 1 unit increase in independent variable leads to
Reduction.
increase, yeah, correct, increase in
So reduction
dependent,
and
dependent variable by dash units. Okay.
both are increasing.
Okay. So now this is the way. This is the way of writing. It can be 2 units or 3 units or 0.2 units. Okay. This is general note. Please make a note. General note for interpretation. Okay. I can show you mathematically with the geometric equation, geometric diagram. Okay. So I have to go with it. See now how to write an interpretation. I will apply here. Don't do. 1 unit increase in always independent variable will leads to find out how much. No, makes how much increase in cost, how much changes in the dependent variable. So what is
Negative
how
sign.
much? That is what we are going to find out. Leads to increase. Okay, now I am come to the point. This is the note, general note I have given. Now come to the magnitude. I will apply here. 1 rupee. Tell me 1 rupee. Correct? No, 1 rupee increase in
Price.
very good. Price would leads to how much?
Point.
If, come on, correctly tell me.
Significance we are talking.
See, no. This is increase or decrease, okay?
Decrease.
Decrease.
Decrease. Sir.
Now you tell me. 1
That's
rupee
what-
increase in price would leads to how much decrease? 87,282 units decrease in decrease in pizza. Beautiful. That's it.
Dependent variable.
Okay, pizza soup. We have used now 2 words here. We forgot. 1 rupee. See, I'm going to use one more word here. Keeping other factors remains constant. We should not see small things. Okay. But it has a huge meaning. So keeping other factor remains constant. 1 rupee increase in price would lead to 87,282 units decrease in pizzas sold. Here also I want to include one more, on an average. Okay, this is not an accuracy. Whatever the model doesn't bother about the accuracy. Where is accuracy? If I know the accuracy, I am the multi-billionaire. So on an average. Okay, so keeping other factor remain constant and an average. These are the terms you should always incorporate while writing. Don't miss it, please. So keeping other factor remain constant on an average, 1 rupee increase in price would leads to 87,282 units decrease in pizzas. That means when the seller increases 1 rupee, just see the impact. 87,282. So magnitude got over. Able to follow? Participants clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Come on, everyone. Only 3 or 5.
Yes, sir. No. Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir. We have understood.
Very good. This is the second point. Third point. I told you many times, even the basic correlation also I taught. Statistically, you have to prove because you are a statistician. Correct? So, is it statistically proven?
Consider significant value. We have to consider.
Come to the next one. If I say, is it statistically true or proven, there comes testing of hypothesis. Many times I told you, there comes testing of hypothesis. Follow, no? So, testing of hypothesis here involved. When I say, oh, question mark, no? Okay, when I say, is it statistically proven, then come to the testing of hypothesis. Testing of hypothesis. Okay. Testing of hypothesis. Like, now what is null here? Come on, participants, you tell me what is null.
That the quantity is not dependent on price. There is no relationship between quantity sold and
No,
the
no,
price
no.
of
When
pizza.
you say there is no relationship, what is your name, madam?
Deepashri, sir.
Deepashri, madam. When you say there is no relationship, then ultimately that comes under the
Significant relationship.
relationship means correlation only.
Yes,
Sir,
sir.
there is
Significant
no
relationship.
Okay. There is no
Significant relationship.
no, don't use the word relationship. Then we can go for correlation. No, there is no significant impact
Okay, okay, sir.
of price on the
On
sale of pizza.
sales. That's it. Nothing else. What is there? There is no significant impact of price on sales. That's it. What is there in that? So I told you, that is what I told you in one slide, right? There's a different purpose. Merely you're using for the forecasting, these are not required at all. But if you go for cause and effect, because largely people are using the regression for the cause and effect. So what is the cause and what is the effect? Okay, so there is no significant impact of price on sales. And what is the alternative? What is the alternative?
There is significant impact of price on sales.
Yeah, correct. There is a significant impact of price on sales. Now, dilemma. Whether, see, sir, the first thing I have looked at the output, I am very happy with the sign. Wow, I got a negative sign, very good. I become happy. Usually, I will always look at the sign. It's a big headache, actually. Then you come to the magnitude. That is also equally important. Magnitude. Okay. But sometimes, no, it will give a problem. Magnitude is very, very important. I have to see there very carefully. It should be in acceptable range. If it is too big, no, then again, okay, so okay, why I got this much magnitude and what is the problem? And so magnitude also is very important. That depends upon your subject, the topic that you're in, the variables that you're in. Okay, it's acceptable, right? Fine. Now come to the third one. Statistically, you are going to prove. This is very important. Otherwise, there is no regression model. If we are not able to, I told you, no, on the last session, the chi-square test is ultimately it attached with the testing process, testing of hypothesis process. Similarly here, is it statistically proven? Yes, testing of hypothesis. Okay. It is involved with the testing of, otherwise there is no regression model. There is no point in writing interpretation. Okay, is it true? Now, how to see? Just look at your output and tell me. Dear participants, tell me. You can see here t value. Can you able to see the t value?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. T value. I don't want t value. I don't want to go with the t value. So now come to this is very important. 0.00 and 0.00. Okay. Now you tell me.
Yes, highly significant.
So I will go with price. This is very important. The price is very important for me. Okay. Price is very important for me. Okay. What is the p value? What is the p value?
0.029.
0.029.
0.029. 0.029. Okay. So here, write the interpretation. Not a problem. Since I am writing, okay, since p value Otherwise, you can follow some article, okay, how to write interpretation. Since p-value is, sorry, 1 minute, I will change it. Since p-value is, you can put in the bracket, since p-value is less than
Point.
0.05, the null is rejected and alternate. Since p-value is less than 0, the null is rejected and alternate accepted. This implies, I am writing on my own, okay, you can develop. This implies that price of the pizza plays a significant role. Now I am using the term, no, significant role. Significant role in
Sale of pizzas.
okay, I have just simply written one sentence or two sentences. You can develop. Some people will write one page also. Fine. Okay, this is the interpretation. Okay, for simple regression model. The same way you have to go for multiple regression model. Okay, so please try to understand. This is very important. I want to take. Okay, got it?
Yes.
Participants?
sir.
Yeah, is there any doubt as of now? Please feel free and ask me. I will explain. This is the output and this is the equation. This is the estimated equation, regression model. Okay, regression model. Output of regression, estimated regression model. Actually, I have to go for here p hat. Okay, sorry, p hat. This is estimated regression model. So what you have to observe from the output? Sign, magnitude. Is it statistically true? This is very important. All three are very important. Some people will get positive sign, then fed up, sir. Instead of positive, I got negative. No need to worry. Find out what is the reason for it. Okay. Is it statistically, sir? I got to insignificant, sir. I expected C because always we are biased towards the rejection of null. If you ask me, we are always biased toward the rejections. And always any researchers, I want to reject the null. I want to reject the null. I want to reject. Okay, so I want to get the significant result. Significant. Okay, so as of now, any doubt?
No, sir.
Any doubt? Please ask me.
Sir, good afternoon, sir.
Yes, madam. Tell me, madam.
Sir, is that we have to formulate both the hypothesis, sir.
What hypothesis?
Null and alternate.
Yeah, you have to.
Null hypothesis.
You have to frame, madam, because whether you are writing a paper or whether you go for a dissertation under methodology, this is very important, no? Because here we are testing the significance of individual coefficient. See, in this case, what is the individual coefficient here? Which is the coefficient here?
Price.
Price. Okay, it's not a constant because we don't bother about the constant. Price. Okay. So, what I would like to say, you please, we are applying which test here? We are applying t-test here.
Yes.
Okay. So, what is the purpose of t-test? T-test is used to examine the level of significance of individual coefficient. Please. Good question, I want to tell you. Because here we are using t-test. We are not using chi-square, we are not using F. These are all test statistics attached with Testing of hypothesis procedure. So t-test. Madam, whenever we are implemented test statistic, you have to mention the null and alternative.
Okay, sir.
Any model.
Thank you.
Please write. Otherwise, no unnecessary query from the editorial board that please reviewer will ask. Please mention the hypothetical, formulate the hypothesis in connection with your arguments, theoretical arguments. They will give. So you have to definitely you have to mention whether it's a correlation, go with a null and alternative. Regression, go with null and alternative. It's better.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Any other question you have?
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
No problem, madam. Any doubt, please ask me. All come from the experience. Next. Any other?
Sir, I have one question.
Yes, madam.
सर काफ़ी सारे जैसे काफ़ी सारे रिसर्च आर्टिकल्स जो होते हैं उनमें सबसे पहले ये जो हमारा है डिस्क्रिप्टिव स्ट्रेटजिक्स में हमें कोरिलेशन मैट्रिक्स दिखाई होती है सबसे पहले, चाहे वो आगे जाके कोई भी एनालिसिस यूज कर रहे हैं पर पहले कोरिलेशन मैट्रिक्स होती है.
मैडम प्लीज, सॉरी मैडम, हिंदी नहीं मालूम है, प्लीज.
Okay. I'm so sorry, sir. Sir, my question is that in most of the research papers, no matter which statistical analysis they are using as per their objectives and hypotheses, but in the first, they always give us this thing, correlation matrix, right? Sir, so my question is that is it required that if we want to check mediation or moderation, the first prerequisite for this is that the variable should have significant correlation. Is this required, sir? Or I mean, there are, various standpoints of various researchers that some people say that yes, correlation is required for mediation, and some people say that you can avoid this and
No.
go.
I got your question. Can I answer, madam?
Yes, sir, please.
Madam, whether the correlation matrix is, that is what I told you in the beginning. We should not underestimate the correlation. What is, after all, this is a correlation, what we are going to know. Even now, people are using the correlation matrix, depends upon their objective, depends upon their analysis. Okay, madam, you said it's not any analysis. So whenever you are going for a correlation matrix, there is a purpose. See, for example, as you said, it is a mediation. If you want to find out, even if you go for a regression, you can ask me, sir, I'm going to find out the regression model. I'm going for a regression model. Is it necessary to go for correlation? You take a call. If you ask me, not required when you go for the regression model. Okay, you can go for a regression model. Correlation not required. But if you go for multiple regression model, madam, try to understand what I'm saying. Multiple regression model. Yes. You know that I have showed now multiple regression model. In that case, correlation matrix are very, very important. Why it is important? That is what I told you. The purpose. What it is, decide on what analysis you are using. After all, what I'm doing, I'm using regression. And what is the point in going for regression? But here, why I'm going to use correlation matrix? I will show you now only. Just see here. I'm just go to SPSS data sheet. I'll go to analyze, correlate. Madam, try to understand, bivariate, same step. I am going to conduct correlation matrix here. What is the purpose? You may ask me. I will tell you what is the purpose. I calculated correlation matrix. Please, madam. Because yes, sir, madam, I have applied multiple regression model. But why I went for correlation? I will tell you why I went for correlation. See here. This is the correlation matrix. Why I went this? Because to identify multicollinearity problem.
Right.
What is multicollinearity problem?
Sir, when there is relation, when the independent variables are correlated.
When the independent variables are associated, when the independent variables are associated, then ultimately there is a problem of multicollinearity, because I don't want to, because when there is a multicollinearity, let's say for example, I will give example here also. Let's say advertisement and price are correlated. What is the problem? My dear participants, please tell me. Price and advertisements are correlated. What is the problem? What is the actual problem?
Other factors may also.
No stories. Madam, please get the point.
Advertising cost is also included in the price, sir.
That's what I'm telling. No, see, when the price and advertisements are correlated each other, that is called as multi-collinearity. What is the consequence? There are many
Increase in
consequences. I
price.
don't have a time. There are 10 consequences. One main consequences.
There will be an increase in the price, sir.
I cannot, it's not possible to find out individual effect of price on sales. Correct?
Right. Yes, sir.
Madam, you understood now. That is the reason I am going for correlation matrix as a researcher. It's my view.
Right.
Let's say another. This is analysis based. This is analysis based. Now I will go with objective based. Your question, objective based. My objective, whether it is a mediating and a mediation effect, okay, or whatever the case, if I go for objective, my objective, Indian stock market, US stock market, China, you take Indonesia, Singapore, all stock market, is it integrated? See my objective. Those who are from finance, they know that portfolio diversification concept, international portfolio diversification, very important. We are talking about the international stock market integration. All the markets are related to each other. We call it as co-movement. So there is a necessary to show, yes, there is a relationship in terms of correlation. This is objective based. So as a researcher, you take a call whether to go for a correlation or not. But even all small things are very important. Figures, summary statistics, correlation. Morning I showed, please, this is the ABDC B category, which morning I showed you my one of the journal comments which I have received. Okay, madam. They told me to incorporate summary statistics. You believe it? I'm telling you. I can show you, no, because that's all referee report. You can see here. It's very difficult to address actually so many comments, but anyhow, see here. Please include, madam. Have you seen this? Can you able to see?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. One of the comment which I got, please include summary statistics table with all variable. Just see. Small, after all, this is a descriptive table. As you said, no, in descriptive, this is very important. Even correlation coefficient, they also spoke about it. That is the relevant. So, my dear participants, correlation matrix is important based on the purpose, based on the objective, the analysis. As you said, rightly said, prerequisite. It's based on the prerequisite for the analysis and prerequisite for objective. Okay, madam. Madam, I think I have answered your question.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Any questions on simple regression model? Come on.
Sir, when we will do multiple linear in details, will we do this issue of multicollinearity and how to solve that? Will we be covering this part also in our session?
If you want, if you tell me, I will explain. Otherwise, I will skip and I'll rush to logistic. What do you say, madam?
Okay, sir. No, actually, no, I was just wondering that when we will, because this is a big problem, sir. So suppose we are writing a paper and we find that there exists multicollinearity, since we are doing from scratch till the end, sir. This is also an important aspect, sir, because if we miss, we...
I got your question. Multicollinearity, I call it as the gift of God by nature. Because it is coming with what? Coming with the data itself. I'm right? Madam?
Yes, sir.
The multicollinearity, it's a gift of God. because we can't do anything. It is coming with the nature of the data set. I can't. So what is the solution? You ask me what we can do. You know, there are certain software, it won't give the result of, it won't give the result analysis. It won't do the analysis if there is a multicollinearity issue. You take Stata, EViews. I don't know about SPSS. Okay, it won't give the results. In such a way, the software has been built. So what to do with that? Multicollinearity, sir. What to do, sir? There are many variables. Let's say price and advertisements are correlated with each other. What to do? You drop one variable. Please make a note. Drop one variable. You learned how to identify. Just look at here. Let's say here there is no correlation, highly correlated. It's okay. It's all optimal level. I can see here. All are moderate, not even moderate, less. Suppose if it is 0.7 or 0.8, two variables. Okay, I think you can see, okay, this is also fine. All are fine here, not a problem. Okay, suppose if two variables are highly correlated. Yes, madam, tell me, madam.
Income and population.
Income and population, it is population, income. Okay, it's less 0.2, no?
But the relation is significant.
Oh, smart. Not required, madam. Not required. Not required. Just magnitude is sufficient. Okay, please make a note. Magnitude is sufficient. Don't go for here. Significance doesn't work because our correlation is not our main analysis. No. And another thing, why it is significant? It is substantiate for your result. Yes, it is true. It doesn't mean that there is a relationship. Please see, that means significance here representing that 29% is true. That's it. Okay, it is not that high or moderate here. Just look at the magnitude. That is just go with moderate level. Don't go for high. If there is a high level of correlation with the magnitude, which I shown table, no, then serious issue. If it is a moderate, it is okay. Now you say, let's say two variables, population and income are highly
Advertisement
correlated.
and population.
Madam, population?
Advertisement and population, sir.
This is okay.
0.529.
Advertisement and population. Advertisement and population. 5
Yes,
to
sir.
52% acceptable, madam. Moderate.
Okay.
If you go for, you can ask me what is the level. You keep benchmark as a 70. Even one case 60 also fine, not a problem. 70 because it need a serious treatment. Please. So go for, you just keep the benchmark 70 and above. Good question. And second, if both the variables are related, what you can do, sir? Helpless. Even I am also helpless. I can't. You can drop a variable. Number one. Please make a note. Drop a variable. Second, incorporate one more variable. Adding more variable. Please make a note. Adding more variable. You can add one or two variables. Adding more variable. Okay. What is the first one I told you?
Drop a variable.
Drop a variable. Second option?
Add more variable.
Add variable. Third option, increase the number of observation. Increase the number of observation. And next one, transformation of variable. Transformation of variable. That's it. So these are the solutions for the multicollinearity. Many times I could not able to go for good models because of the multicollinearity. Even recently, 2 days back, when I'm doing on FDI spillover, technological spillover, international finance or international business, I'm doing one study related to FDI technological spillover. Severe multicollinearity issue. I could not able to go for panel fixed effect random effect model. That's a kind of regression model. I dropped. Then I went to GMM. I could not able to convert into first difference techniques only. Generalized methods of moments. Okay, leave it all this. Why I'm telling this, the multicollinearity is a serious problem, which we have only a few solutions for it. Okay, as I told you, transform the variable, drop the variable, add more variable, add more number of observations. This is the way it will work. Okay, madam. Next, okay, I think I have explained.
Yes, so what is the meaning of this transformation of the variable?
Yeah, transformation of variable. You just go with some other variable in terms of ratios. First differences. Okay, see, let's say one example I'll give you in this case. Let's say GDP. I have taken GDP. Okay, here GDP. Okay, next variable export. I have taken export. Then I have taken exchange rate. Now, if I found the export and exchange rate are correlated, I should think of how to convert this export. How to convert? I can go for, here how I am, madam, listen, export as a percent, export and import as a percent of GDP, which is called as trade openness, or export as a percentage of GDP. Just convert it. Transform the variable. This is just mere export. I converted into export as a percentage of GDP. That is one thing. Or openness. What is openness? Terms of, you can take terms of trade. Another variable, related variable. Okay, related variable. Nothing wrong in it. You just think about, because I don't know your subject. If you are really good with the topic what you are handling, you can go for a better substitute, convert into variables. Like you can go for export, or instead of export as a percent of GDP, or terms of trade, any n number you can convert, not a problem. So this option is there. Look at the transformation of variable. Always look for the transformation of variable. There is something called first difference. Please try it, madam. First difference technique. First difference. Please make a note. First difference technique. Just know differencing your data. Differencing your data. Okay, how to difference? Let's say, for example, 20, 25, 30, 50. I am differencing. How I am differencing? Which is equal to, how I am differencing? Present minus previous. Present minus previous. I got only 5. It's nothing but the rate. Differencing. Okay, see here. This is also possible. 20. So this is also possible in modeling. Okay, differencing. But you should have a support, substantial, some kind of, some author may be done it. Use this particular variable. You can quote it there. See, for my case, I'll tell you one paper which I have done it. GDP. I have taken GDP. Instead of GDP, I have taken proxy variable IIP. There I have quoted overall use this IIP as a proxy for GDP. Proxy, use proxy. Or export. Export will be substitute with export as a percentage of GDP. Or go for first difference. Or you can use, if there's a possibility, use terms of trade or use whatever. Look for the alternative, which exactly close to what variable you're using. So we can dilute the multicollinearity issue. Okay, madam, you understood? But it is a very dangerous problem actually. Everyone knows it. It's a very dangerous problem. Can't do anything, but we're trying it our best. In fact, my case, I changed the model only. What? All variables are important. How can I drop? Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
So I will do one thing next session. Okay, I will. There is some diagnostic check. That is also very important. Logistic, R square, autocorrelation. So that I will do it for just half an hour, and remaining 1 hour I will do this logistic regression. Okay, that you can understand that easily. Not a problem.
So if there is correlation, means there is multicollinearity problem. If there is correlation between the advertisement and the income.
Yes, madam. Okay, you are telling. One minute. So you would like to say that if there is a population on income or having a significant correlation, that is highly correlated, what we can do? But here, I have to find out alternate way measure to income or population, or I can drop it. Okay, madam, that is what I can suggest here, because this is not my cup of tea, especially this data. Okay, if this is my, really, this is my particular area to estimate the sales function or demand function, definitely I will have alternate variables for income or population, or whether the population can be dropped out. Or there is a one more, I can also go for stepwise regression model. Please make a note. These are all, no, stepwise regression model. Stepwise regression model also you can go for it. Like, no, you can skip other variables. You can go with one by one. That is also possible. You can also go for it if there is a multicollinearity. I have several papers I have seen. They went for stepwise regression model. With one variable they estimated and they explained. Okay.
So that means we have to remove in this case the income or the population or both of one.
Please remove any one. Otherwise, look for the alternative to measure, way of measuring income. That is number one, madam. Otherwise, you go for stepwise regression model. Three items. Okay.
Okay, that means first we can test it with the population, second we can test it with the income, and then the combination.
Yes, combination, beautiful. That is also, but in the note while writing, you have to mention, since there is a correlation, multicollinearity issue between the two variables, I have dropped and estimated these, I have to mention clearly. Beautiful article I have seen in that case also. Stepwise, this is called a stepwise regression.
Okay, and the variable that would be dropped is the one that are having the relationship between among themselves.
Yeah, that is what. That's ultimately you are dropping because of the collinearity.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, sir.
Yes. Okay, can we end this? So we'll meet again 2:30. We'll meet again, and let me just cover up the diagnostic, and I'll go for
one more thing, sir. If we are getting into the regression, means we are testing the regression model. So first we have to go through the correlation, and
no. If it is a multiple regression model, go for correlation. If it is a simple regression model, don't go for it.
Okay, and before that, before correlation, none of the tests we need to take, or we have to go for some other test also.
Not required. If you feel summary statistics, go for it. If it is a multiple regression model, go for correlation matrix, because it's all two purpose. No, you can see the relationship between dependent and independent. At the same time, correlation matrix also solve. That is number one. If it is a single regression model, ultimately regression is, correlation is not required. Directly you can go for the estimation. Got my point, madam?
Yes, sir. And the normality also need to be checked.
Yeah. That is what I want to say. Even normality is not required, because See, if you want to go for a normality, otherwise not required. That is not a very, because we are assuming that both the data, I mean both the data set are normality. Like if you want to go for normality, you can go for the normality check, not a problem. That is not a very essential condition which has to be proven, not required. But if you want to do so, you can do it by go for a skewness or curtices, a Jark-Bera or Kulmargal. Some tests are there, no? Smirnov, KS test. Otherwise, leave it, not a problem. That is not a big thing. But three problems we are looking at. One is multicollinearity. The other one is autocorrelation. That we'll discuss, autocorrelation. These two, if you ask me, these two. Very essentially, we have to look at multicollinearity, autocorrelation. These two problems are very important to know. We have to prove it actually. We have to show it separately. That I'll tell you in the afternoon session how to just show there is no autocorrelation. Multicollinearity, I told you that correlation matrix will help you and the solution. Autocorrelation, similarly, same treatment only. First difference techniques. Okay, especially transformation of variable, first two solutions. But what is autocorrelation? I'll tell you how to detect it and how to overcome it. If you go for regression, you take a call whether to go for a correlation or not. If it is a multiple regression model, definitely you have to go for correlation. Go for correlation to show that there is no multicollinearity issue. Okay, but otherwise, descriptive statistics, you take a call. Even if you go for a normality check, also you take a call. But normality is not at all required actually.
And in which case the partial correlation is used?
No, partial correlation, madam. Let's say so if you go for three variable, let's say three variable. Let's say X, Y, Z. You are finding out the relationship between X and Y, provided that the X you are making as a constant. Okay, partial correlation. You are making that Z as a constant. Still, it is there inside, and you are looking at the relationship between the X and Y.
So by this method, can the multicollinearity problem be solved or not?
Not required, madam. Why you are going for partial? No. So a simple bivariate is sufficient.
Okay, and in this partial only, we can check the relationship between the two, not the three.
Two provided the other things are constant. Okay,
only just the two. Means in this very case, the three variables would be there to the relationship between with the two, and one would be constant. We can't increase the number of variables.
Definitely.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Can we end?
Yes, sir.
So thank you, participants. We will meet in 2:30 session. No, we'll meet at 2:35 or 2:40. We'll meet, and I'll explain about the diagnostic check. Okay, multiple regression model, and we'll go for logistic. Okay. So can we end? Thank you. Thank you so much, dear participants. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mommy?